Hi, it's Rebecca. I was thinking about some things that I wanted to blog about, and the more that I thought about them, the more I realized I don't really want to write all this stuff. I actually want you to hear it from me. I actually want to be able to tell you directly what these thoughts and feelings are. So, what I want to talk about today is your happiness. And this seems like a really broad topic, but I'm going to condense it down to a singular moment in my life, and maybe you can relate. So, I had taken a job that I was really excited about. It was in a town I'd never lived in, and, I'm a rather, I live sort of a gypsy life up till the last couple years, and one day I wrote out every place that I lived over the past 15, 20 years, and there was definitely a rhythm of moving every 2 years. And so with that mindset and sort of with that lifestyle, you learn to move into a place, you adapt, you savor the flavors, and you make friends and you have experiences really fast. And then because you know that your time there is short. So I moved into a town where everyone had been born and raised there, and their circle of friends were the friends they'd had since kindergarten. I mean, literally everyone that I met was still hanging out with the kids that they'd known since they started school. And that's not a bad thing. That's a beautiful thing to have those kinds of lasting relationships, because I don't have those lifetime relationships. All my relationships seem to be, on a fairly quick turnaround. Not that I turn and burn, but I move a lot and it's kind of hard to keep in touch with people sometimes. I digress. My point is, I took a job that turned out to not be a good fit for me. I moved to a town that turned out to not be a good fit for me, and I really found myself in a place where I was very unhappy. And it's one thing to be unhappy. I feel like there's three parts of your life. You can be happy with a great set of friends in a place that you love living and maybe not like your job. Or you could love your job and the friends that you keep and maybe not be super stoked on where you live. But when this trifecta does not work, when your job is soul-sucking, you have no friends, and the place that you're living is not inspiring to you, that's a bad place for someone like me to be. And so whenever I'd had enough, I stayed in this situation for about 2.5 years, and I was a good 1.5 years too long. I made a decision that I was going back to the place that I remembered being happy, and back with an employer that I remember feeling like I was really serving my purpose. And I share all this not to say bust a move and jump on out of whatever's making you happy, but whenever I made that decision to pursue my happiness, I moved to Juneau, Alaska. That was where I remembered being really happy. And I came back to my job with the Forest Service, which is where I feel I'm serving, my purpose there. And I still love both Juneau and the Forest Service. And whenever I left my previous employer, place I was living, there were a couple people that were pretty audible about what a immature, selfish, unwise decision I was making, because they were just seeing it from their perspective. They knew how unhappy I was. And, they were just seeing all the decisions I was making wrong according to their views, hopes, and desires. And they weren't really thinking about my happiness. So the reason that I'm sharing this is because fundamentally, if you're in a job that you don't like, I can help you change it. If you're in a place that isn't making you happy, I can help you change that. But if you're happy where you are, if you're in a job that you love, but just something personally is not making you happy, whenever I left that situation, I was mentally, physically not in a good place. And one of the reasons that I liked Juneau so much is because I could get outside and I could be physical and I could do all the things that brought my heart, body, and soul joy. So what I'm saying is, if you have found yourself in a place where you're not happy and you're not maybe in a place where you can change a lot of the outside parameters, what I have found to be true is the simple act of just moving, exercising. It's something that is for you, doesn't cost you a lot to do it, and it is something that gives you that feeling of self-investment, self-care, but it also gives you a feeling of moving forward in a positive direction, because as soon as you start exercising, your body starts feeling better. As soon as you start exercising and getting fresh air, your brain functions better. And as soon as you start exercising and, moving forward in an emotional and physical positive direction, you find that a lot of the other things in your life that maybe aren't going so great, they seem to improve. And so that's the point of my story is, I was in a bad place, and, there's another story that I'm going to share in the future that occurred recently where I wasn't in the best place, and just the act of physical movement got me to a better place. It made me feel better. It put things in perspective. It gave me a better outlook, and it let me know that my happiness is entirely within my control. And I could, I look back on that job and that place and those people that I left, and there were a lot of things that were within my control, and I just didn't see them at the time. And now I see that, but what I want to offer is, if you're in a place where things aren't so positive, move. Physically move. Exercise. And I want to offer that I have a program that'll work for you, that will help get you going. And my recent Fit Club, I worked with some really awesome people, and I can see positive changes going on in their life without them telling me. One did share that her life was sort of in a weird place, and that self-care, that physically moving, is getting her going in a better direction. She still has the same job, she's still living in the same place, she's still in the same relationship, she's still in the same house, she still has a great circle of friends. So I just wanted to share that if there's something in your life that isn't working for you, one positive, simple change that you can make is investing in your health. And it really is amazing what impact, what ripple effect that investment will have. So I'm going to tell you other stories about things that have happened to me, and they're all related around investing in my health. And but I wanted to share that today because I feel like that's an important message. And I was thinking about it today, and I thought, the players that were in my life whenever all that went down, they know that I was not happy. They know my happiness is greatly improved. But I wanted to share that because I just want to say that, if you happen to be in a place where you're not that happy and you want to take some control and you want to move to a happier place, let me know, and I would love to help you with that. So you can find my information down below this video, or you can contact me at healthykindness@gmail.com, and you can find me at healthykindness.com, and you can find me on Facebook at Rebecca Havens. All right, I hope they're having a wonderful day, and by all means, look me up. I'd love to talk with you and help you get on a path to find your personal happiness. All right, take care. Have a great day.